I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti white racism, who actively work to undermine our God given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution, who are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, who demonize the police but protect criminals at the expense of law abiding Americans, who believe in open borders, who weaponize the national security state to go after their political opponents, and above all, who are dragging us ever closer to nuclear war. Now, I believe in a government that's of the people, by the people, and for the people. Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party does not. Instead, it stands for a government that is of, by, and for the powerful elite. Now, I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democratic Party. If you can no longer stomach the direction that the so called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, then I invite you to join me.
Well, there she is, the former representative of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard, saying that she's leaving the party. She's leaving the party. Yes, she's leaving the party. She's out. She's out of the Democratic Party, saying that it's too woke, that they're anti-white and all. Well, she's not white herself. Listen, it doesn't even really matter. She's out and she's calling on other Democrats to leave the party because they're nothing but war hawks, warmongers, one giving us to the brink of nuclear war. And she's calling everyone else who is a blue Democrat a donkey, an ass, if you will, to leave the Democrat Party. Once again, broadcasting live from the WDC studios out of the University of Richmond. You're listening to 90.1 FM from the most trusted puppet and media. Reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning. The phone number 804-289 UR90, 804-289-8790. Here on the Sam Cam, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on YouTube. Well, Sam Newsman on YouTube, not at Sam Newsman on YouTube. Sam Newsman on YouTube, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, at Sam Newsman on TikTok. We also are on Facebook and Twitch as well. Not broadcasting live all of a sudden, no, not all at the same time. We will be eventually broadcasting on all channels and making a lot of advertising money. Of course, making a lot of advertising money. Yeah, well, of course. Well, we'll be making advertising money on revenue streams, of course, all across of those. And of course, broadcast signals as well going. And of course, one of the things, of course, you didn't think I was going to sit there and leave out of here without politics, right? Politics and Pints, the Ashland Theater, November the 10th. It'll be the first time that I have been out in public here in Richmond since GalaxyCon. Normally I'm in the green room. Normally I'm in the green room with celebrities all of the time. But this time, well, of course, I'll be a VIP guest. VIP guest, one of the first persons to grab a ticket. The VIP tickets are already gone. So if you haven't gotten one yet, well, it's too bad, but you can still sign up, WRVA.com. And once again, Politics and Pints, that is November the 10th, 6 to 9. 6 to 9. I'll probably be there till 10. Good grief. That's probably what I'm thinking about. 6 to 9 on November the 10th at the Ashland Theater. Go get your tickets once again. That'll be the first time that I live stream. I'll be interviewing. Listen, I was there at the very beginning. I was there. Listen, I know they took 2 years to do, what is it? They did the thing, they did Politics and Pints in their boxer shorts on Zoom calls. Is that what they did? Well, while they were doing that, I was actually in green rooms interviewing celebrities. No, not with a mask on either. Anyway, so here we are. 2 years later, it's been forever. I was there at the very first Politics and Pints. And of course, shout out to my buddy John Reed and Jeff. Jeff, listen, I know about you and the duck. I know about you and the duck. And I'm going to be going at, listen, I got your number, pal. You in the Plaque Shack and all that other stuff. Plaque Shack, need to go to the dentist. Anyway, so once again, That'll be the next time that I'm here around Richmond. If you want to see me and you want to get a ticket, you should. Politics and Pints, and I think that a ticket does come with a brew. Of course, I won't be drinking. No, I will be interviewing the masses as the unofficial media puppet correspondent. And as I report back to you guys here as well. But speaking of politics, of course, we had, of course, hold on, can you play the beginning one more time?
Can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism.
Wow, man, listen, I. Hey, leave the Democratic Party and then go ahead and vote for the Republicans, who do nothing more than just grab soap for the Democrats anyway. Now, of course, I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to have to just tell you all right now. Listen, if you really do think that your vote matters and that everything counts and it's like, oh my God, this is a great thing. Well, the reality is that JFK got his head blown off in the middle of a Dallas park. I'm going to say that again. JFK, the president of the United States, back in 1963, got his head blown off in the middle of a park. Now, you really do think that what you do and what you say behind a pole and is actually going to listen? I know. Listen, once again, I've been doing this since Roswell. People are wondering, well, how can you see me? I'm here right now on Instagram. I'm here right now on YouTube. I'm a real media puppet. Been broadcasting live since Roswell. I can tell you a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now that if you think just because you leave, Tulsi, listen, I know you like to surf. Tulsi, I know you love to surf, and I'm sure you look fantastic in a bathing suit. But the reality is, just because you leave the Democratic Party doesn't mean that they're still not going to win every election. No, of course not. Listen, they got it already in the books. Power is power. And if you think that you, just by leaving, is going to give you more power, well, the reality is that you're just stuck in Wonderland like everybody else, thinking that their vote matters, when if you're not actually spending $150,000, $200,000 for a plate dinner at a fundraiser, then it really doesn't matter what you say, what you do. And of course, the reality is it doesn't really matter. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. What does matter is your own life. Listen, I'm going to give you, as people are worried about nuclear war. They're worried about nuclear war. Oh my gosh, nuclear war is going to come, blah, 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 blah. It's the first time since the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Bay of Pigs, and all of that. Listen, I'm just going to tell you right now, there's not going to be any nuclear war. Nothing is going to happen. And the aliens are going to come down, and they're going to be our divine saviors, as we all bow and worship to the holograms of the big blue Project Bluebeam. No, of course, I've said too much. No, I've not said any. Listen, I've not said enough. What I'm going to tell you, though, is that what you guys need to really worry about, instead of worrying about conspiracies, politics, and all of that other stuff, what you need to do is you need to worry about your fellow man, your neighbors, everybody else out there. Give them all a slap on the back and tell them they're doing a good job. And if they're doing a bad job, tell them they're doing a bad job. And if they've made a terrible steak, or the hamburger is not cooked long enough, well, make sure you tell them that too. The reason why I say that is because it's beautiful outside. It's beautiful outside. Everything is amazing. It's a gorgeous weekend. I want all of you guys out there to have a wonderful weekend. Don't worry about what you hear. Listen, there's not going to be a nuclear war. Just because people are leaving the Democrat Party doesn't mean, listen, I want you guys to know everything is going to be all right. 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 And it will be. It will be. And if you guys just keep worrying about what is going to happen tomorrow, then you're not going to be able to live for today. And what you should be doing today is, it is Saturday morning. So what you should be doing is you should be listening to the show. Listening to the show as I play cartoon themes, but now we're at the 11 o'clock hour. No more cartoon themes after the 11 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. Nope, nope. The parents have kicked you outside of the house. They've told you to get out of the house. You've been watching cartoons for the last 2 hours, playing with your action figures and toys, and now we have to get into adult matters. I say adult matters, but it's not really that adult. Just trying to reemphasize that don't you sweat that I have been paying attention to every piece of news, every piece of information that has happened this week, except for the stuff that TNT Nate says in the last hour, whatever that was. Not really sure what's going on with that. But one of the things that I do want to just finish out here with that it is what? Well, you know what it is. It is October. And even though that it is October, one of the things that I wanted to let you all know is that I am aware that there is some haterade out there for candy corn. Yes, I've heard it. The people think that candy corn is the worst. I'm just here to tell you right now that candy corn is the best candy in all of Halloween. And if you don't think so, well, then that just shows how much of the Halloween spirit has really died in you. My question is that if you don't like candy corn and you're sitting there fussing about that, then what about the candy cane hanging on the Christmas tree? Are you all bah humbug about that too? Brucey, you know that you're out there and you know that I'm talking to you directly, but there's a whole, listen, I've heard this for years after years after years after years that, oh my gosh, candy corn is so disgusting. Candy corn is terrible. But I'm going to tell you right now that candy corn is the best. There's nothing better than candy corn. And I wish, what? There's a phone call. We have a phone call. Oh Lord, here we go. Here I am. I'm trying to get out of here, and then all of a sudden there's a phone call on the phone. Let's see here. Broadcasting live here from the University of Richmond studios. You are live with the most trusted puppet in media. Caller, state your name, state your purpose. Where are you calling from? No, wait a minute. It's the future caller. What cellular? What are you talking? What are you talking about? Orange 45. What are you talking about? Orange 45. And the signals have broken up. Listen, I didn't even think you were still around. I thought, listen, it's been weeks. I've not heard from you, but you are still there. From 45. What are you talking? What do you mean we can change it? But I thought that you said, is it now? But I thought you said that it was Lord Blanket and it was the robot dogs. How can we change it if Lord Blanket is there and there are robot dogs? Wait a minute. There's difference between the event and the nuclear winter. What do you mean? What do you mean? Listen, I need to know more information. The guys in the back are sitting there coming towards me right now. Please tell me some more. What's going on? Windowless packaging. But what about the window? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. I didn't think he was still around. I didn't think he was the future collector. The nuclear winter and the event from Lord Blanket are two separate things. He's calling from the future. And he just got cut off. Listen, you guys in the back, listen, okay, listen, all right. I want to hear me out real quick. That I have two guys in the back right now in black suits with sunglasses. They have earpieces. They're always talking to the General Zhu. That's right. They're talking to General Zhu, and then all of a sudden, This happens. Then he calls. It's been 2 weeks. Listen, you guys have been trying to stop him from calling me. You've been trying to get him to stop from calling me. And I got your number. I don't really know what's going on. And it seems like that this is a mystery that might need to be left unsolved until next week. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning.